Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Flip Thought Show. It's your host with the most, King Truth, Posenberg, Benny Bo, the one with the word, the one with the flow. And we coming at you live, man, at 12:18. And man, appreciate everybody liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that notification bell so I know y'all there so I could throw it to you when it's in the air, man. Just keep it coming, man. Keep it coming. We are on our road to 4,000 subscribers. Once we get to 4,000 subscribers, excuse me, we're going to be doing a giveaway. The giveaway is going to be for 4,000 subscribers. Once we get to 4,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving away 200 on Zelle and 200 on Apple Pay. So that's $400 right there. So you don't want to miss out, man. You don't want to miss out on that big chili. And then once we get to 5,000, we doing another 400. So let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Everybody keep tapping in, liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that notification bell, sharing, telling a friend to tell a friend, and just tapping in, man, joining the fam. But without further ado, we got the Dark Reason, Eric Holder, Unalived, Nipsey Hussle, and the content is brought to us today by Wig TV. Y'all go over to Wig TV, subscribe to them, like, comment, share, hit that notification bell so he knows you're there. And he go throw it to you when it's in the air, man. And for sure, we gonna we gonna get right into it. Let's go.
Trauma to a courtroom packed with silence. This is the rise and spiral of Eric Holder Jr. and the loss that shook a culture. March 31st, 2019 in South Los Angeles, the Crenshaw District. A Sunday afternoon that would change hip-hop forever. Nipsey Hussle was standing outside his own store, the Marathon, when bullets started to fly, 10 shots. The man who pulled the trigger didn't just shoot and run. He walked back up to kick Nipsey in the head right in front of all of the witnesses. That's not just gang-related. That's personal. Within minutes, chaos erupted. Sirens echoed, streets swarmed, and the entire city, hell, the whole culture started to ask, who was Eric Holder Jr.? And why did he kill Nipsey Hussle? This is the story. Unfiltered, uncensored, from the street rumors to the courtroom and everything in between. Eric Holder Jr., the rapper who didn't make it before the incident, before the trial, and before the world knew him as the man who killed Nipsey Hussle. Eric Holder Jr. was just another LA kid chasing fame. His rap name, Fly Mac.
Then bounce to this. Do you dance slow? I'll bounce to this. I'ma slide with a hoe when I bounce to this. I ain't been let off fire for good tries. Running from me, pistol smoking, niggas can't deny. Trigger finger itching, but nigga, I'm a rider. Leave him cooking on the concrete like a pride. Hit a nigga with the 4-5, how they go. Sweetie trigger to the gun click.
He dropped music on SoundCloud. He posted up in the neighborhood, and he claimed the Rolling 60s, the same set that Nipsey Hussle was tied to. But the difference between Nipsey and Eric, Nipsey rose to the top. He built up businesses. He gave back to the block. And Eric, he stayed stuck in the streets, lost respect, and never really got supported. And when his rap dreams didn't work out, frustration started to boil. To make things even worse, his name in the streets was already shaky. One time, he got into a fight.
Yeah, Eric was at his wit's end. You know what I mean?
So,
Shit, crazy. I didn't know he had a little rap career. I heard he,
Fight with another well-known squabbler from the Crips. Some say over nothing. He got embarrassed, beat up, and violated. And according to some, he never shook that L.
Bro, the nigga he pull up on the block, right? He ain't been around in a while. And the last time he been around, homies whooped him out, right? And they was telling me, like, I think Cuz spent the block and got cracking. I'm like, damn. I'm like, Cuz, like, he on that night? Like, yeah, that was the last thing I heard of Cuz. So this is like 2016 maybe. Cuz come pull up on the block, bounce out the car, no shirt on, just like that day. Walk up, overhill 60. Mind you, we in the overhill up 42. So I'm saying this shit back. He said over here, I'm saying it back. Like, he tell me, go to the back. Mind you, we on the block, my people stay on for the back. It's my folks' house. So I'm like, all right, go to the back. My nigga Cooney stay 2 doors down. He's like, bro, we gonna go on the back of my shit. But he telling shitty, bro. Why?
man, that was really break little homie young. He pull up talking about overhill 60. Pull up in the back, overhill 60s. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, bro. he slurs sometimes.
Doing this, bro. He like, I don't give a fuck. He like, bro. He go to the back. We squabble up. I sock him, cuz he want to go again. I beg, put him to sleep. Now I'm turned up. Bro, I'm dragging his feet, waking him up. Like, get the fuck out of here. Who got my phone up on own cut? Get up out of here. Cut, get up, stumble to the car. Cut, give me his death fit. He get in the car, drive off, and just stare me down. He don't say nothing else. Oh my kids, bro. That nigga was trying to get me for like 2 weeks, fool. Like the nigga I seen in the alley chilling in his car one night. I'm like, man, cuz own that. Like he had a move out of town. Like they said no, bro. Went to school with cuz and all that, bro. It wasn't too many going to school, bro, that was actively going try to down shit at the same time at 7, 8 in the morning. Like, bro, he come from that era of as soon as you come on the block, this board, let's go. He comes from that. So his whole crew, he didn't have his crew no more. He felt like he was isolated. He just wasn't fucking with him over a rumor that he told. Cuz doing drugs, he's losing his mind. You feel me? That's all. This is all of what Cuz going through within the stretch of 10 years. He watching the hood on TV, watching Nip blow up. He watching the hood get cracking, and he can't be involved. And he feel like he's more of a loke than a lot of. So he felt some type of way.
Yeah, he felt some type of way.
Some type of way. So every time he came to the hood, he got a major chip on his shoulder. And the day he squabbled me, we had nothing to do with nothing. I thought it was something personal, so I kept trying to figure it out. I'm hitting people that he used to be tight with, trying to figure out what the was that about, but Cuz just wasn't there in the dome. And I hadn't seen him after that squabble. I seen him try to pull up on me a couple of times. Shit got tricky, then I ain't seen him no more. Then the day that Nip died, it was the first day Cuz ever came back to the hood.
He became more aggressive, more reckless, more unpredictable around that neighborhood. The warning signs were already there. But what happened next? That's when things really changed. His hood name? Cuz, under Brick Baby, who was his big homie. Before all of the drama, before the incident went down, there was another name that was tied close to Nipsey Hussle and Eric Holder Jr. It was Brick Baby. Also known as Brick Baby Central, a name that holds weights in the streets of the South Central area, especially in the Rollin' 60 Crips. Brick wasn't just a rapper. He was a soldier, a respected member, and according to multiple sources,
see, Brick really was around. That's why they.
Oh yeah, Brick was for sure around.
Hold on, bro. It seemed like Eric was around too, but he was on some bullshit.
A big brother to Eric Holder Jr.
This is a video. I think this is a post from 478 weeks ago, July 13, 2015. It's my rap video on me. Got strap on me, got bands on me, programs on me. All I fuck with is drugs. Well, this guy right here happens to be Eric Holder, right?
While he was the little homie, Brick Baby was already active and respected in the LA gang's politics. He rolled with the right people, had ties to free bands with Future, and was even affiliated with Atlanta artists like Young Thug and Pee Wee Longway. But back in LA, Brick Baby was solidified. His name wasn't questioned. His rep was official. And when it came to the gang culture, Brick was the type of big homie who could speak and be heard. He wasn't just in the street either. He had ties to Nipsey Hussle. There's old footage of Brick with Nipsey, photos, studio sessions. Respect was shown on both sides. But they weren't best friends, but they definitely were cool. According to Brick Baby, before everything went down, everybody got along. Eric Holder Jr. was considered a soldier and a main hitter for the gang. Someone who wasn't to be played with, aggressive with the weapons. Then there was Nipsey Hussle, Little Thundercat, the little homie to Big Thundercat, who now worked for Nipsey in his parking lot, sometimes a jack of all trades for the store.
See, I think that's what people be confused about. Like that Eric just kind of like came. That's what I thought. I knew he was from over there, but I didn't know how close he was associated to or how close everything was. Brick Baby.
Yeah, no, for sure. A lot of people probably thought that.
You know what I'm saying?
Now here are these two members from the same gang with similar backgrounds. Tempers are flaring, egos are fully active, and the world is about to change from this 4-minute conversation. Now, the fight that changed everything wasn't just a regular fight that everybody heard about or the rumors about the story. This one was different. and it was more dangerous. According to the rumors, Eric Holder got pressed by someone who didn't know who he was at the time. They questioned his gang ties, disrespected his name, and Eric responded the only way he knew how, violently. But he lost. He lost badly. The fight left him injured so bad that he needed brain surgery.
Eric was jumped probably a year, 2 years before that, not by nobody that had nothing to do with Nipsey, but he had went to the hospital and he had brain surgery. And it did happen in the area. Pulled up, and I guess he had questioned him about the red shirt, and he had just got off on a. Basically, they just was like, "Who are you?" It really wasn't over the red shirt. They pull up, "Who is you?" Like, but you on the block, you on our block, and cuz just ain't been around for like a year or two. But like this the block, and cuz don't be like really. He was, cuz is real 60. Cuz ain't finna go for no questioning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really loking over here, like, you get what I'm saying? But it was the other homie. Cuz got a squabble. Cuz I'm hood, and cuz said something that Eric didn't like. Eric got off. And Eric got his ass whooped, but then he got transported to the hospital and what you call it? He had brain surgery, so that's what had caused the mental health and all the going to the mental houses and all. That's what put him on his tear. So I think he had a vendetta.
OG beat the common sense out of Eric, beat the skull out of him. Damn, that's probably why you know.
With certain people in the area, not Nipsey, but yeah, just over him getting put in that situation.
People who knew him said that he changed after that. He wasn't the same Eric anymore. He became paranoid, quick to snap. His thoughts didn't feel right. His energy was off. Friends say Eric Holder always had been wild, but after that brain injury, it turned him up even more. And on top of that, it was rumored that Eric Holder started to use drugs, which that activated mental issues when the two paired with each other. But whether it was just mental illness or just pride and anger, he was already unraveling. And then he ran into Nipsey Hussle. March 31st, a sunny day, 2019, Eric Holder is now hanging out with his lady friend. And they're looking to get something to eat. But this time, they're going to Eric Holder's old neighborhood, not in Long Beach, where Eric Holder is currently living, where he met that female at. They went to the Marathon parking lot. Nipsey Hussle sees Eric Holder pulling into the parking lot.
Oh yeah, nah, for sure, bro. Yeah, we gonna do this one. I gotta do them like the way they're scheduled. We gonna do this one, and then we'll do the dirt, and then after that we'll do the yellow beezy. So we're gonna do it like that. What's up, Truth? I was waiting for a different live stream. Cowboy be selling fake clothes in front of Nipsey stores.
According to Big Thundercat, Nipsey's big homie, Nipsey said to himself, "I wonder how this is going to unfold." Eric Holder directly orders his food and greets the gang in front of the Marathon store. The two talk for over 4 minutes. According to the witnesses, the conversation didn't get heated at all, but according to the surveillance footage that we found, it shows that Nipsey was quite animated as he was moving his hands. And Eric Holder wasn't taking it all too well. According to Cowboy, who witnessed it, testified that Nipsey Hussle told Eric this. He said, "People say you got paperwork on you. I ain't saying it's true, but you should clear that up. In street code, that's serious, real serious." But instead of falling back and checking the situation as a whole, Eric Holder took it personally.
So you don't think he passively told him he was a snitch?
No, he never called him a snitch at all.
No, not saying a snitch.
See, but when you hear the backstory of how he been fake erratic, you could understand why Nip would say, "I wonder how this gonna unfold." You feel me? I still think if that's what Nip said about, question about some snitch shit, he should have just let that shit go. He was deep in it though. He was a rapper, but he was deep in it though.
Outright. But
come on, bro. The fact that you said was never no paperwork produced on him, we know it was a snitch conversation, Cowboy. Come on. Well, no. Nip was like, Nip ain't seen Cuz in a long time. So Nip was like, "Hey, bro, hey, where you been? We ain't seen." He's like, "Oh man, I did it." He was coming with this little story. I've been did it. And Nip was like, "Well, they got that paperwork floating around. I ain't read it, but you need to go take care of it." And he did it cool, like homie to homie. "I ain't seen you in a while. You need to take care of that shit." He didn't say, "Oh, snitch, you told
You feel me? He didn't do none of that.
That's probably when the discourse started. Now, Cowboy, we're going to talk about it. Hold on.
But listen,
Cowboy, we talking about it, right?
Well, hold on one second. But I'm saying about it.
We can talk about it.
But listen, though, by the nature of their conversation, by the nature of their conversation, I would have never expected that, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Cowboy, let me ask you a question. We talking about it, right? Hold on.
He said he just
after Nip made that comment, right?
Say that, and now he's saying he said that.
Hey, wait. After Nip made that comment, right, about that, however he made it,
the comment the
dude responded. Hold on, Cowboy. Dude responded to Nip. You the one snitching. You been paying the homie whoop wop wop. Am I right?
Nah, he didn't respond to that. Nah,
right.
like I said,
bro.
she said whatever she had to say. Man, I'm not gonna contest. I'm just gonna tell you what I heard, bro. And all I can say is the truth. If bro would have said something like that, bro, I'm gonna let it know. Like I said, I done cleared up all kind of shit about my past. I done cleared up so much shit.
Didn't you say he had something like he had to fix something up? Isn't that like insinuating he snitched?
Paperwork, exactly.
Well, it ain't about fixing it up. It's about, look, bro, you know, this paperwork floating around, you know, it ain't really cool. You need to go
That's snitch conversation, though.
Well,
did he not tell him he couldn't go in the store? Hey, Cowboy. Did he not tell him he couldn't go in the store?
No, he didn't tell him that.
Now, in Never Heard Audio, Cowboy admits that Eric Holder wanted the group to hear his new music and listen to his new CD when he walked up. Nipsey and Entourage didn't want to hear it. That's when Eric got on the fence and started to question Nipsey Hussle.
Conversation, though.
The conversation was about the conversation.
I mean, the story is that he was like, I heard there's some paperwork going around, and you know, you should really clear that up. And then he wouldn't shake his hand afterwards. That's the main shit, was he would not shake his hand afterwards. Eric Holder put his hand out to get a dap from Nip or pop the set, whatever it was. He would not shake his hand. So he felt disrespected.
Conversation, really, what it boiled down to is nobody wanted to listen to that boy CD.
Oh,
That's what it boiled down to. Nobody wanted to listen to this punk CD. So it took me to go to this murder trial and start talking to these witnesses.
See, the conversation about what it started about is important because that, you know, they make it seem like it was a snitch conversation, or that, you know, like it was a sporadic event when, you know, we heard what Sam say. Sam believed he was sent, right?
Yeah.
But we also hear about his past actions being hella fake erratic, bro. So it ain't out the ordinary that he. But then again, he it's like we seen the pictures. He fuck with Break fuck with Nip. They get close, so it don't really make no sense, bro.
And all these other folks to find out. Cuz was jumping out with two blowers and telling me, check out my CD. The homie was like, damn, if I didn't listen to Cuz CD, I felt he was gonna do something. That was 2 days before he shot Nip. Feel me? Cuz was already over there on one. About that punk CD.
Now watch this, Cowboy. Now here we go.
That's true. He was already on active shit.
2 3 gay statements. Nobody mentioned all that. They hold things with a discourse about snitching.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, I sat around.
And I don't doubt he was doing that with his CD. That's cool. But at that point in time.
But now it's making sense to me. I went to these courtrooms and I sat here and I listened. I watched the people. And there was a witness that came through that never got on the stand. And he explained to me what happened a couple of days prior. And I'm like, damn, that makes most sense. I'm trying to figure out, what's going on. Was it a setup? Was it this? Was it that? So for the last 3 years, my brain going crazy trying to figure this shit out. Feel me? So now
you know that wasn't no bro. You know that nobody sent that dude over there, bro.
Exactly. I know that.
Nobody do that, bro.
It's about that CD. He's like, man, y'all check out my CD. And we looked at a nigga. He's talking about your CD.
I'm telling you, man.
If you look
to add to that, the witness who was with Eric Holder, who gave him the ride and even the money to eat at the restaurant, says that the narrative was mixed up and Eric Holder was the one asking Nipsey Hussle about snitching.
Talking about?
He was saying a lot of cuz.
Who was?
Eric.
Okay. Can you hear what they were saying?
I didn't really kind of understand it, like what he was talking about, but I know like to tell from the tension from Nipsey, like he didn't really want to talk to him, like trying to like, you know, like get to me, like to take the picture or whatever, like trying to wait till he stopped talking.
Do you know why he wouldn't want to talk to him?
Because I guess the way he was just like, cuz, hey, you ever snitched on somebody, cuz this, cuz that.
That's what Nipsey was saying?
That's what Eric was saying. Nipsey wasn't like saying nothing. He was just like, nah, you know, nah. like that, you know.
Did it sound like Eric was accusing him of
I
something?
don't know about that.
To me, it sounded like kind of like he was trying to be a little messy.
Oh.
You know, like I wasn't kind of like getting into it, but you know, because I'm not the messy type. I'm just like kind of like listening, but I'm just like, okay, like what is he talking about? Like to myself though. And then, but I can tell like by looking at Nipsey or whatever, because you know I'm waiting to take the picture. Like he looking like, you know, he need to go on somewhere. That's how I got the impression. I didn't hear no arguing, and even when I took the picture and everything, I didn't hear no arguing. It was just like casual, just talking, you know, like regular guy talk, I guess, you know. Yeah, he was kind of like a little aggressive, but you know, like some guys, that's just how they talk, you know. So
who was aggressive?
To me, aggressive mean when you using slang words like cuz.
Well,
like
which one?
Eric.
That was
During a sworn immunity, the young lady had to tell the truth or she would go to jail for being accessory to this incident. Now, what I'm about to say is hearsay, and it hasn't been confirmed nor verified. But Wack 100 claims that Eric Holder was referencing to an incident that Nipsey Hussle and a friend got into, and it was rumored that someone snitched to the police. And they say Eric Holder brought it up.
So, were you there at the Marathon Clothing Store on March 31st?
Yes.
Okay. And when you were there, why were you at the store?
I was at the barber shop next door to it, actually, and I walked in there to buy a hoodie. I bought like 2 hoodies from the store, and when I came out, everything went down.
Wow. So like you and Nipsey took a picture. After that picture, how long did it take for dude to come through and do what he did?
Probably like 3 minutes after.
Okay, what kind of car were you driving?
A BMW convertible.
Was it white?
White one.
The white one.
Yep.
Okay, because people.
Car in front of it was in front of Monster Burger. I parked in front of Monster Burger. That's in that plaza.
So what was Eric Holder and Nipsey talking about? Did you see all that?
I mean, when I was in the barber shop, I seen Nipsey got a Benz, like a little miniature Jeep, like a little SUV.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother has a Jaguar, so I seen the SUV pull up, and I figured that was Nipsey. So when he hopped out, the kid was talking, and it was, I believe it was, I don't know the kid's real name. You saying it's Eric Holder, they're saying?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
It's like the kid that shot him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was him and some other Spanish kids standing there, and it looked like a heated conversation, because when I walked up to try to get a picture at first, I heard Nipsey tell him, you can't even be here right now. Like, you're not supposed to be here right now. So I kind of backed up because I seen it was like a heated conversation, so it wasn't really the time to ask for pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Once I went in the Monster Burger to get a sandwich, went back into the Marathon store, came back out, the kid was gone. The Eric Holder kid, I guess. He dipped around the corner, like where Monster Burger is, that little cut alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
He dipped up.
See, we get two different narratives. He say Nip was kind of telling him, you ain't supposed to be here. The lady who was there, who took the picture too, say Eric was questioning Nip about some snitch shit, which is crazy because Wack say Big U was extorting Nip or having Nip kind of like holding some snitch shit over Nip head, basically. You feel me? And it's crazy because Wack say he don't believe nobody sent Eric, but at the same time, it's like him knowing about the snitch shit he would only know about the snitch shit because of Big U. You get what I'm saying? About if he was saying, but you ever snitched on somebody? He would only know about that because of Big U. You get what I mean? This shit crazy. So let's keep it.
And when I seen everybody else taking pictures with him, that's when I sat in my car for a minute. I asked him, I said, Nipsey, man, I'm out here for audition for the BMF audition with 50 Cent. You mind if I take a picture with you? I'm from New York. He said, yeah, no problem, come out. And we took the last picture. 2 minutes after that, the kid came back around the corner. I passed right by him, and I felt like something was going wrong, but I didn't really pinpoint it. And I seen him pull out and just start hitting him.
Back at that parking lot, Eric Holder left the conversation and went to get his food and came back to shake the entourage's hand. Key thing is, Nipsey was talking to some fans and taking pictures, and he didn't get a chance to shake his hand. Eric Holder got his cheese fries, and that's when his mind started to unravel. According to the female driver, Eric pulled out 2 weapons and started to load them, in which he told the driver to drive around. The driver says, "No, you're not about to do a drive-by in my car." This is when they pull into that alleyway, in which Eric Holder tells the driver to wait here. Eric Holder returned to the Marathon store parking lot with a mission, something that the streets say he has done plenty of times, but this time it was to take out Nipsey Hussle. He had time to think, he had time to cool off, but he didn't. He walked up, raised two guns, opened fire, aiming directly for Nipsey Hussle. He hit Kerry Lathan and his nephew as Nipsey tried to swipe or grab the weapons from Eric Holder. Then Nipsey was hit multiple times. As Nip was laying on the ground, he yelled to Eric Holder, "You got me." Eric walked back, fired some more shots, and kicked him in the head. Though the whole parking lot scattered, it was only Eric Holder Jr., Nipsey, and Kerry Lathan right there on the ground. This was personal. That was rage. It happened in broad daylight in front of witnesses, in front of security cameras. And then Eric Holder Jr. ran. No one returned fire. No one there to stop the shooter from hitting his target or even throwing him off. Eric Holder hit the shopping center's alleyway and made his exit clean. The alleged getaway driver, Bernita, scared after hearing the shots, initially pulled away from the scene, but decided to stay, and that's when Eric Holder Jr. came running back to the car. She asked what was going on. Eric Holder told her to shut up and drive and that she talked too much. She immediately drove him away, shaken and confused. She drove Eric directly to his cousin Harold's house in Long Beach, California, about 30 minutes away from Los Angeles. She then went back to her mother's house in Long Beach as well. Before Shitty Cuz exited the vehicle, Eric Holder told the driver she was funny style. Maybe because she took a picture with a guy that he just had an argument with and then he killed.
I wasn't there for no conversation, right? I wasn't there for no conversation. All I'm saying is I know it was a conversation. And however he felt when he walked away, mind you, y'all know the details. His got out the car, went and gave Nip a hug mid-conversation. And I don't know how that would make you.
Yeah, bro. We might have to do a part 2 to this. This shit kind of lengthy. You feel me? But I do wonder what made her pull off and then decide to stay, right? Pick Eric up, drop him off at Long Beach. This shit is crazy. It's a wild. We going back down the rabbit hole, bro. You feel me? See, this shit. It's strange. I didn't know that Eric was pulling hella skits in the hood. Like that's his MO. Feel me? He was definitely trying to like stand on that shit over there, and it don't seem like it worked out in his favor, bro. He definitely seemed like he was a torpedo, right? Bro, y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. This nigga Eric, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We on to the next one.
Now later, ho. Say ho, I can't stand with.
All right, yo, we're gonna go to the next one, man. This is gonna be the rest of that part.
Okay. So,
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? This is LA from LA Show. I have an interview that I really want you guys to listen to wholeheartedly.
Shout out to
And
LA Show, man.
understand that the views of this person may or may not reflect the views of LA Show. And we are just trying to get down to the truth for Nipsey.
hey, what's up? This is LA.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? You holding up?
I'm maintaining as much as I can.
All right. I know this is hard. I know everything that you're going through, and I know we don't got a lot of time. So I'm just gonna ask you some questions, all right? Okay. So, were you there at the Marathon Clothing Store on March 31st?
Yes.
Okay. And when you were there, why were you at the store?
I was at the barber shop next door to it, actually, and I walked in there to buy a hoodie. I bought like 2 hoodies from the store, and when I came out, everything went down.
Wow. So like you and Nipsey took a picture. After that picture, how long did it take for dude to come through and do what he did?
Probably like 3 minutes after.
Great day. So like, were you standing around the area when it went down? Were you close enough to?
Yeah, I was on some of the store surveillance footage. They got some. I've seen some like 2 videos on YouTube of it. 2 correctional officers showed me in the other jail I was in. But I was on some of the surveillance footage. I was out there for an acting audition.
Okay.
That's why I was in LA in the first place.
Okay, so you're an actor. Okay, yeah. That's what's up. So, after the shooting, where did you go?
I jumped in the car. Well, I didn't really stay around to see that because I mean it was kind of like graphic. I didn't want to stay there just looking at a dead body. But me and my friend left the scene and we flew back to New York the next day. I went back to my hotel. I was staying downtown LA.
Okay, what kind of car were you driving?
A BMW convertible.
Was it white?
White one.
The white one.
Yep.
Okay, because people.
Car in front of it was in front of Monster Burger. I parked in front of Monster Burger. That's in that plaza.
Yeah. Okay, because people were saying that they saw that white car and they saw somebody in it. So was that your friend that was in that car with you?
Yes, I have his number, his name for confirmation. If you want to talk to him also.
Okay.
He's a friend of mine.
Okay, we can set that up for sure.
Okay.
My other question is what was Eric Holder and Nipsey talking about? Did you see all that?
I mean, when I was in the barber shop, I seen Nipsey got a band.
This is part one. We need part two of them.
We are recording. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to LA Show. We are back. Me and Cisco are back. And I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the Kid Flashy interview again, because I personally do not think that we are going to hear from him again. Now, I can go into how I got the interview and elaborate on that again. Like I said before, it was off of social media. I contacted somebody who seemed to know a lot about the situation that Kid Flashy was in. I asked them a couple questions, and like I said, it was a very random, very surprise on the spot interview. They called me out of the blue. I did exchange numbers with the person that I met on social media. And from there, me and Kid Flashy had that conversation. And of course, everybody in the comments, you can see it's lit up. They don't, they have their own doubts. And even when I listen back on the interview, I can't lie, you know, it gives me chills. So, what do you think, Cisco? What do you think about this?
Well, first I'm gonna say to the audience in the YouTube streets that um if you guys know how the interview came, it just really was just flew out of the air. She was totally unprepared, and she was totally going off the top. And when we talked, I had a similar but a lot friendlier reaction. Why you didn't ask this, why you didn't ask this, and so I just feel as though you guys, just give her a break. This investigative journalism thing is a learning process, and everybody you learn from those experiments. These situations is what makes you a better and stronger journalism in journalist in the future. But
Mhm.
what I want to say about the situation is it's very strange, how it all came about. And like, LA says, it was on our side, it was 100% genuine, and innocent, and the person led us to the guy. And the more and more, personally, the more and more I listened to it, I I I I look for different things in people's answers. One of
Mhm.
the things that he had a couple times where he was like, he had to like stumble before he get his answer
Mhm.
out. And I take note of that because that's life. When you ask a person a straight answer, you expect straight question, you expect a straight answer. So when a person has to organize their thoughts, or they speak before their thoughts are organized, they usually have that in their answer. Not to mention, I have to admit it, that the more he talked, it forced me back to the dang video.
Right.
And to be honest, just knowing how we got the video, that made it more even confusing, to be honest, because
Mm.
we keep on using this video dark. We can't. I don't want to put words in our mouth, but we've discussed.
Let me see something real quick.
Welcome back to LA Show. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in with me. Today we have just a little information. Me and Cisco are here. Welcome back.
February 19th. Yes, so continuance on the Nipsey Hussle trial. Um, this guy walks out with this big afro in LA. If I forget anything, or you want to tighten up anything I say, just feel free. This guy comes out, and it's obvious that they had a previous conversation inside the court building. And he comes out. He has a very distinct look, and you know what I mean, big old afro. And the
And
thing
this
that caught
was February 19th. Sorry, I
February,
just
okay, February 19th. Yes. So the thing that caught me was when he said his name. He said his name was Marquise Villanueva, and I was like, wow, Villanueva. Could this guy be related to Shermy Villanueva, who's the
right.
mysterious guy, who has, some. He was able to elude the the district attorney and not have to show up for the grand jury. He's the guy who didn't get subpoenaed to the grand jury.
He's
He's
also
the guy. He,
who
he
was an assassination. Because if it was just a gang shoot 'em up,
guys got away.
but
Uh,
not a guy who has several different names,
right.
who doesn't have any family members that are posting, anything about him,
Yeah.
period.
Right.
Um, no type of information that would
Nobody. We can't pull up anything about this guy, and then when we pull up one guy, we get a whole another face that connects with the person and the name and the DA. And but the simple fact that that lawyer was on there, medical facility or the medical unit twice a week. So that's another thing that could play on his mental stability, and he might get worn out, drugged up, and take a deal also. Who
Mhm.
knows? Who knows?
Well, like we said about this case, it's just very interesting. And I mean, like I said before, I mean, come on now. most people know people in the hood. You mean to tell me that everybody don't know this guy?
And not only that, and those who know ain't talking.
Because I'm from the hood. I have experience in the hood. I mean, you know everybody by name, first name,
Yeah,
last
nah,
name.
everybody knows who
You know,
Little
by the
City
look of
Cuz
face.
is.
You
Right.
mean this guy? It's just crazy. But rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
No
And
Rest
child.
in paradise.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
oh no, no, you good. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna drive on the fact that, like you said, nobody talking about it. No childhood friends. Nobody, talks about this dude. Nobody, even from the standpoint of let's say if they had negative comments about him, they're, let's say, a Nipsey fan from the hood, knew Nipsey, knew Eric Holder. He's a childhood friend, and he just, you got a lot of other people. You got other people to talk, but this is the one where nobody's talking, and that's just even more mysterious. That's
Well,
That is
why
crazy though, how y'all gonna all act like y'all don't know him and
I
shit
think
now.
that it's about time for some people to get answers because if anything, this is just gonna get spread out into something for those old time videos where people are just rambling.
a lot of he probably would have.
Stood beside in a minute. You mean to tell me he just runs up, guns him down, and doesn't take no money, no jewelry, no nothing? And you have a female that you've only been dealing with for so long, take you and get you a hotel room?
Well, since we're on the run up and gun, we might as well throw in the another Nipsey connection. I mean, we could go into it deeper later on another video, but I just want to, because that was another run up and gun down, and that's Kid Cali
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
at the house party. That's
yeah.
another run up and gun down, and it didn't take time for old boy to get for old boy to get caught, if I'm not
Mm.
mistaken. You guys in the comments can correct me on that story if it took time to catch him. But I mean,
Yeah,
that's where it's a big crowd. Dude thought he was from allegedly. This is the story. Dude thought he was from Rolling 90s Crip. Dude was from a blood neighborhood in Inglewood. I don't remember which gang it was from. And he runs up, guns him down, and shortly thereafter he's caught. And that story didn't go into speculatory land. It's a done deal.
well, I think we covered, a lot of things that we've still been holding on in our heads. And, we have every right to, keep peeking in, keep looking, trust and believe we're still digging. Um,
When I tapped him, he turned around and it was like, "What up, Nip?" Turned around, he was like, "Hey, you firebug, huh?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You from Cinderella Park?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, bro, I respect you." That's the first thing he said. He said, "I respect you, bro." And I told him, I said, "I respect you too." He said, "Nah, I've been following your campaign on IG." He said, "But really, I've been hearing about you since I was a youngin' out here." He said, "And your name always been 100. When he told me about his song, he said, "Bro, bullets ain't got no name." I said, "Yeah." He said, "I done seen it happen. We got cracking. 6 minutes later, they was right back at us. 10 minutes later, we was right back at them." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Bro, it's talking about you." All right, man. Right now, we here at filming Penthouse Studios, at the Circle. We call it Loyalty Has Its Privileges, LHIP. It's a wink from the wood. I'm saying? It's the label. It's Loyalty Has Its Privileges. So right now, we in here working right now, putting
put some music together for 2020. We're about to come real heavy in rotation. We got some things jumping off that's about to just, we're about to beat some heads in with this music we got coming back to back to back. The letters from Siberia, anybody that know my story, I just did 12 years. And I did, over a decade in Pelican Bay.
Oh,
So,
10 years in Pelican
yeah,
Bay.
so anybody know about Pelican Bay, what I'm saying? You got prisons, you got regular prisons, but you got Pelican Bay, that's just a whole nother orbit, you feel me? So when you up there, you get the feeling like you in Siberia. So basically everything that I went through, writing home, letters. When I've been home, they have violated me and sent me right back. I came to a halfway house. So really I was still up under supervision. So before I was up with my time at the halfway house, they had violated me and sent me back.
When was this?
This was last year. So I've been home a year now.
Okay.
I've been home a year now. So I'm still on papers, So I still got to walk a tight line, because they got me on that high risk.
Did you come from Pelican Bay to freedom, or did they step you down first?
I went from Pelican Bay, and it really wasn't a step down, because like a lot of times people be like, oh man, he politic or he serious cat, but you know what I'm saying, serious to save your life, you feel me? In them type of environments, you know what I'm saying? So, it's cool to crack a smile, it's cool to play, it's cool to, but it's real shit going on out here, you feel me? So, man, it's like, I didn't come home with any complexes or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm surprised to hear you did that much,
Yeah, so, it's, man, I'm blessed, you feel me? I'm blessed. Even after all of that, I'm blessed, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing but a testimony.
And talk about just briefly, I mean, when you say you're blessed and you're down here every week and all your other friends, like for guys who are in that intense atmosphere and do have a family or friends network to get out to like you did, it's still hard, but for those guys that don't have that, whether it's because maybe no one wants to be around them or just bad luck of life, it's even harder. So without that family and friend support, where would you be?
It might sound crazy, right? And the ones that don't have that support, and my album, I'm gonna be the voice for them. You feel me? Because being up there on them yards, you got cats that ain't made no sacrifices, ain't never did nothing, but they might have all the money. You feel me? So it's a popularity contest. You know what I'm saying? And cats are praise.
Hold on real quick. We're gonna do this one real quick. It's gonna be Eric Coder speaking out.
In 2019 in South Los Angeles.
Oh, this is the video. So they must have just took parts. Fuck it, we gonna watch the whole video then. Let's do it. We're gonna go to right where the fuck we were at.
White one. Okay, because people.
See, because he said he's showing where he got the clip from. And it was this one. Nipsey Hussle series, Kid Flashy interview, source info / Eric Holder Jr.'s court date.
So what was Eric Holder and Nipsey talking about? Did you see all that?
I mean, when I was in the barbershop, I seen the Nipsey got a Benz, like a little miniature Jeep, like a little SUV.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother has a Jaguar, so I seen the SUV pull up, and I figured that was Nipsey. So when he hopped out, the kid was talking, and it was, I believe it was, I don't know the kid's real name. You saying it's Eric Holder, they're saying?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Like the kid that shot him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was him and some other Spanish kids standing there, and it looked like a heated conversation. Because when I walked up to try to get a picture at first, I heard Nipsey tell him, "You can't even be here right now. Like you're not supposed to be here right now." So I kind of backed up because I seen it was like a heated conversation, so it wasn't really the time to ask for pictures.
Nah, for sure, yeah. Shit, I just had to Shit. Shout out to Applejack. He just got out of Pelican Bay.
Marathon store came back out. The kid was gone. The Eric Holder kid, I guess. He dipped around the corner, like with Monster Burger is, that little cut alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
He dipped off, and then when I seen everybody else taking pictures with him, that's when I sat in my car for a minute. I asked him, I said, "Yo, Nipsey, man, I'm out here for audition for the BMF audition with 50 Cent. You mind if I take a picture with you? I'm from New York." He said, "Yeah, no problem. Come out." And we took the last picture. 2 minutes after that, the kid came back around the corner. I passed right by him, and I felt like something was going wrong, but I didn't really pinpoint it. And I seen him pull out and start hitting him.
Back at that parking lot, Eric Coda left the conversation and went to get his food and came back to shake the entourage's hand. Key thing is, Nipsey was talking to some fans and taking pictures, and he didn't get a chance to shake his hand. Eric Coda got his cheese fries, and that's when his mind started to unravel. According to the female driver, Eric pulled out 2 weapons and started to load them, in which he told the driver to drive around. The driver says, "No, you're not about to do a drive-by in my car." This is when they pull into that alleyway, in which Eric Coda tells the driver to wait here. Eric Coda returned to the Marathon store parking lot with a mission. Something that the streets say he has done plenty of times, but this time it was to take out Nipsey Hussle. He had time to think, he had time to cool off, but he didn't. He walked up, raised 2 guns, opened fire, aiming directly for Nipsey Hussle. He hit Kerry Lathan and his nephew as Nipsey tried to swipe or grab the weapons from Eric Coda. Then Nipsey was hit multiple times. As Nip was laying on the ground, he yelled to Eric Coda, "You got me." Eric walked back, fired some more shots, and kicked him in the head. Though the whole parking lot scattered, it was only Eric Coda Jr., Nipsey, and Kerry Lathan right there on the ground. This was personal. That was rage. It happened in broad daylight in front of witnesses, in front of security cameras. And then Eric Coda Jr. ran. No one returned fire. No one there to stop the shooter from hitting his target or even throwing him off. Eric Coda hit the shopping center's alleyway and made his exit clean. The alleged getaway driver, Bernita, scared after hearing the shots, initially pulled away from the scene, but decided to stay, and that's when Eric Coda Jr. came running back to the car. She asked what was going on. Eric Coda told her to shut up and drive and that she talked too much. She immediately drove him away, shaken and confused. She drove Eric directly to his cousin Harold's house in Long Beach, California, about 30 minutes away from Los Angeles. She then went back to her mother's house in Long Beach as well. Before Shitty Cuz exited the vehicle, Eric Coda told the driver she was funny style. Maybe because she took a picture with a guy that he just had an argument with and then he killed.
I wasn't there for no conversation, right? I wasn't there for no conversation. All I'm saying is I know it was a conversation. And however he felt when he walked away, mind you, y'all know the details. His got out the car, went and gave Nip a hug mid conversation. Now, I don't know how that would make you feel, Flacco, if you was from an area that you pride, that's tattooed all over your body, but you haven't felt comfortable to go there in years, and you knowing deep down in your heart these really don't care for you no more, but your loves your hood, and she loves the rapper that represents your hood, and she really want to go meet him. So she like, take me over there.
We can't look past this right here, bro. I ain't never heard this one yet, bro, but that's important.
All these facts are important, bro.
That's important. Yeah,
These,
keep going, bro.
and mind you, it's stipulation that bro was messing with drugs that not the common person may use. You know what I'm saying? And then coming over there, and then now because I'm watching the video, when I watch it, I see how Cub moved, how he looked over, seen the homies, but didn't really go directly to him really quick. Went to the burger stand and stayed in there. He never felt that comfortable, but he got this girl in the car that's watching him. Yeah. And women, and he got his fan. Right, and women, when say you claiming you this nigga, I didn't see it happen. Niggas saying they this and that, and the females see you, your homies tell you, damn, the don't make you feel terrible after.
Man,
you feel me? So now you got that in your mind, like, damn.
I just think but look, but if we know Eric, like, cuz ain't no to be knocking bitches anyway, no nigga
he
like
not,
on
he
crib, so
he gonna be tender over the bitch.
He don't even know how to. He don't even know how to deal with emotions.
He
don't know. So
hey,
so that right there hit him hard. He he an all heart type. He don't usually blank all heart.
He all heart. Everything, his heart is on his sleeve. His emotions on his sleeve. So I know if anything in Nip, he's very unapologetic. He's not a he not no type of soft. He don't care how big you are, nothing. He's fearless. If I ain't never seen it as fearless as maybe him and Black Sam. So this is as just as much amount of pride as this crazy walking at it. Yeah, but the only thing is, Nip got a whole lot to live for, and this don't. He wasn't no. He had heart too. He was like 6'2". He wasn't no. Get
But
out.
so that okay. So like what you said, he just gonna keep on coming to get the hood ass whoop. But Nip hit different. Nip talking to him hit different. It hit a nerve.
I think that hit a nerve.
Yeah, no, for sure.
He didn't come over there looking for Nip. You know what I mean? That he went. He just that was his. I'm gonna go out there with a bang. 'Cause he was jumping out looking for that beat him up earlier that week. You know, he had jumped out. But when he ran across Nip, then the conversation and everything that went down, you know, I don't know what at that point what made him want to do something to Nip now.
Eric Holder is a real gangster. The world don't even know that. That's crazy. You asked that. That shit down there brought tears to my eyes. That shit is later than something.
Like, is he this monstrous devil?
So, but Eric Holder is like a real street soldier type dude. Like, he ain't no bad person or nothing. I feel like if he did murder him, let's say, quote unquote, he did. That's what did. Well, he said he did. So saying like, and he ain't no Jay. He like a real loyal person. So him coming up like, hey, what up, bro? Get up. Whatever the conversation was, I know he was big and Nip up like in there. But if I would, I don't know if I would have approached. I wouldn't have approached a nigga about his paperwork and all that shit because I really don't give a. I be trying to get the conversation over with anyway.
The same night, around 8 p.m., Eric Holder called the getaway driver and asked if he could stay the night at her and her mother's crib, saying his place was dirty, and the driver agreed to it. While the internet is going crazy that Nipsey Hussle was, Eric Holder was sleeping tight in Long Beach, as it is 30 minutes away from the crime scene, and Eric Holder has been a mystery from years around in that area. No one knew where he was. The next day, April 1st, 2019, Eric Holder checked into a Motel 6 and the getaway driver used her ID to get the room for him. This day is when the news came out about the shooter and who Eric Holder was. His name was plastered all over the news sites, internet blogs, and everybody started the rumors. They were saying he was hired by Illuminati because of the Dr. Sabi documentary, while others say it was an inside hit between the 60s. But what things for sure?
Oh, really? What
Eric
they
Holder was
said? Hold
about to
on.
go down.
What the first rumor was that he was a Fed that was an undercover Fed to take down the '60s and like put them in an indictment and shit like that in RICO. But he was getting all the information, and the Feds had him as an undercover. Then they said the shit about the Illuminati with the Dr. Sebi documentary. So yeah.
The witness getaway driver saw Eric Holder's face on the news, and she seen that they were looking for a vehicle as well. She showed up to the police station the next morning and performed a 5-hour interview with detectives. She agreed for the police to search her phone, her mother's home, and they kept her car to search for evidence. In the interrogation room, she even called Eric Holder's phone and gave up the location where he was at in the Motel 6 and his home address. Later, Eric was arrested for lingering around a mental health facility in Bellflower. According to the arresting officer, Eric Holder had on a hoodie and walked towards the police as they pulled in, arresting him without incident.
I work at a mental health facility. I work here. Yeah.
Good thing you're late today or you went out to lunch.
Is this him?
I think so.
This is the guy?
It's not positive yet, but it might be.
Oh my God, this look like him. This is the guy that everybody been Oh my God.
See? Front row to the news.
15 police officers. Not 15.
For one guy.
Well, they went around the building still searching. What the hell did he possibly do?
Did he see that he was coming? Did he think claiming mental illness could save him? Who knows? At first, rumors started to fly. Some say people targeted his family in retaliation, but those rumors turned out to be false. Still, the tension in LA was very real. 3 years and 2 months passed before Eric Holder Jr. versus the state of California began. The courtroom was packed. Reporters, fans, and the culture watching. Big Thundercat took the stand, and he claimed that Nipsey Hussle never disrespected Eric Holder, nor called him a snitch. The driver, Bernita, testified too. She says the day of going out on the town turned into an unexpected event where him and Nipsey Hussle had words. Eric's legal team pushed a mental health defense, pointing to his past brain trauma and paranoia, but the evidence was too strong. Surveillance and witnesses were right there. Eric Holder Jr. didn't say one word the entire trial. At some points, he looked high off of a substance, but that would be considered as he was already on medication. That couldn't save Eric Holder. In July of 2022, Eric Holder Jr. was found guilty and eventually sentenced to 60 years in prison. Eric Holder wasn't safe. He got put in protective units, but even there, he still got touched. A Hispanic gang member reportedly beat him down, busting his eye, cracking his jaw. The photo went viral on the internet because of it. He also was violated while being transported in a jail bus from location to location.
But guess who was on that bus with me? Eric Holder. On everything. He was right there on the same bus, and it's crazy because I'm chained up. I'm with a few homies. I'm with a homie from 60s too. Yeah. But he's in a cage though. He was PC'd up, but he was in the last cage, and I'm sitting right here. So like his cage is right here. I see him just look back. I'm like, what the? And I tell the homie, I'm like, hey, I think that's old boy. Bam, I go bang on his window. Boom, boom, boom. He looks back. Everybody on the bus like, what the? I swear to God. And then he's like, you Eric Holder? He's like, yeah. It shit went crazy. Everything I love. He got pissed on and some shit spit on.
They were spitting on him in the bus?
Hell yeah, squirting his ass.
Somebody like him can't be, he has to not be in general population because he'll die.
As soon as we got to Delano, they stopped the bus over on the freeway. Like, man, y'all better chill out. So as soon as we got to Delano, he covered in. They take him out first. They put him away. He for sure PC'd up. He been on a PC yard though.
People love Nip.
Love Nip.
I'm saying you don't even got to be affiliated. You just yo, you what you did was bro.
Yeah, even the homies, Mexicans, we tripping.
After Nipsey passed, the city went silent. No big retaliations, no wars, just pain and grief. Black Sam the brother stayed quiet. Cowboy spoke up. Brick Baby said what he said, then he backtracked.
Even being in jail, where you from? I'm Lil from 6-0. Yeah, yeah, I'm Lil from 6-0. What's up? Oh, you know the other man on the hood. Stop talking to me about cuz. You get what I'm saying? It really affected a whole lot right there. Oh yeah, we ain't with that shit. So what is you saying? I really had to be on defense mode because it's at this point, you know what I'm saying, the idiot might go for it thinking that I'm closer to the little nigga than what I am. Every time they ask me about him, I'm aggressive. It also added pressure inside the jail system on me. Not to say that it was some pressure I couldn't handle, but shit, it definitely was a whole different turn for shit. You got homies coming to jail and they been talking on the streets, talking about they gonna get all of the shit out the way and all that, and I've been hearing it, so when I see them, I heard you been looking for me. You know what I'm saying? What's the deal? You know, niggas wasn't on nothing though. They was just talking, but you know me, I don't do too much talking.
Listen, for once for all, I am not taking Eric's side. Nipsey is my homeboy. We got this tattoo the same day. Me and Nipsey got a whole lot of stories that I never tell. I don't take interviews about my boy. I don't do nothing. Anybody that know me know my love for Nipsey, cuz. Anybody that know me know I'm not condoning in telling, bro. Black Sam and everybody know how much I love them, bro, on the hood. People don't go down to courtrooms because so much shit going on. Don't nobody want to be involved with no extra police activity because it's already f***ed up. Just don't want to be in there with people's parents that's blaming us because they kid was gang banging, and then I know both sides of people. I know I'm little. I know his parents and I know Nipsey parents. I'm f***ed up. Lost two friends. Ben lost cuz to drugs. Now I lost Nipsey. How you think I feel?
Whack 100 stirred up things, mentioning Big U, Dom, and some other drama behind the scenes. But there was rumors of disrespect, betrayal, and even deeper politics. But Nipsey was gone, and the only name that mattered was Eric Holder Jr. Nipsey Hussle was more than a rapper. He was a father, a businessman, and a visionary. He came back to his community to build up something, and Eric Holder tore it down in seconds. Some say it was jealousy, others say it was pride. While it may be all of that, but Nipsey tried to warn him, he didn't threaten him. He didn't press him. He gave him a heads up. And for that, he lost his life. Eric Holder Jr. will spend the rest of his life behind bars, alone and forgotten. But for Nipsey, his name lives on forever. The marathon continues.
Was there any paperwork service on dude? Keep it real.
I ain't seen no paperwork.
Ain't never been none. I've been telling y'all that. He's a known body man, Rue. Everybody know that.
Was he ever found as being an informant? Like, did it?
Never. It's one of them. You know, 60s, all they homies. It'd be like 5 under the same name. It'd be C-Dog 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big, little, baby, tiny, infant, all kind of shit, fetus. So you gotta know, it's because you got a name, know which one it is.
Once he gets to state prison, he's a target. There's a green light on him from all the gangs, all the people that left Nipsey Hussle. And so his life in prison is going to be hell for as long as it lasts.
All right. Now we're gonna do Eric Holder's interview, bro. I want to see this real quick. Shout out to Big Nina Boy.
Yeah. Mike. Check. Let's go. All right. YouTube was the big old deal, man. It's y'all favorite hood partner, Big Nina Boy. We back cracking with the late night Nina Boy show. We got another reaction today, man. Yeah, man, Code 10, Charlie Brown, man. My boy WIG, man, just dropped some, man. Y'all go check out my boy, man. We gonna see what's going on, man. I seen his title and I said, man, I'm gonna just drop a title, man, off of what I seen off of Brody shit. So yeah, man, I know some of y'all be thinking, oh, Nina Boy, nah, I ain't seen this reaction. We go watch it together, and we gonna see what's going on. But on the flip side, man, shout out to everybody that's still up right now. You understand me? Because somebody sleep, passing gas, and they sleep. Somebody snoring right now. You understand me? You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this reaction. And yeah, you know how we do it. Let's go. Pow. Got him. And we got action. Let's go.
For the game. Someone who wasn't to be played with, aggressive with the weapons. Then there was Nipsey Hussle, Little Thundercat, the little homie to Big Thundercat, who
I could have sworn there was really an Eric Porter interview though. Swear to God. It was where he called in. He called in to what's this shit called? Loose Cannon. He called in to Loose Cannon. Loose Cannon had him on live and shit. You just see. If not, this might be it.
I got some shoes like that, some brown joints, and they some them is hard. They comfortable too.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks. What are we talking about, gentlemen?
Sweetie, sweetie.
That's your ad lib, huh?
Look, no,
you got a lot to live up to because we were just screaming at each other about Hitler.
We just
don't pay him no.
Oh, okay.
He wants to build a statue.
Hey, but you know what's going to go crazy in the next 2 weeks is when Eric Holder get his appeal.
Why?
Oh, he did go to the box.
What's going to happen? They're
Not that
they're going to
quick.
deny it, right? It was,
No.
How
he got
long he
sentenced
been
like
gone?
a year ago.
No, he been gone for what, like
No, in the joint sentencing 2 years, maybe.
like 2.5 years.
He got his appeal that quick. Got a hell of a legal team.
Yeah, he got an appeal. No.
What makes you think that the appeal is going to work?
No, it's coming out.
A couple years into like a
He
very,
gotta-
very long sentence.
No, he got to get out of jail free card.
What's that?
Brick baby.
No,
Mental
not
illness?
Puka booked. Big useless.
You think he's going to
Hold
try
on.
to put it on?
Oh wait.
Shut the.
Look, listen.
We're going to have to delete this one too.
No.
No.
What are you talking about?
Hell yeah, he did.
This is why you invited them on?
I had no idea.
I don't even got Tania here to stand on business with me.
Bro, I never heard this.
Hey, no,
He's been saying
Google it.
this.
Google what?
Watch, he's getting his appeal. And I know
Okay,
what.
that I'm willing to accept, but Google what? What's the other part?
No,
Eric Holder appeal. What are we going to
Oh yeah, let's see this real quick actually.
But you know what's going to go crazy in the next 2 weeks is when Eric Holder get his appeal.
What makes you think that the appeal is going to work?
No, it's coming out.
A couple years into like a
He
very,
gotta-
very long sentence.
No, he got to get out of jail free card.
What's that?
Brick baby.
No,
Mental
not
illness?
Puka booked. Big useless.
You think he's going to
Hold
try
on.
to put it on?
Oh wait.
Shut the.
Look, listen.
We're going to have to delete this one too.
No.
No.
What are you talking about? I swear to God, bro.
This is why you invited them on?
I had no idea.
I don't even got Tania here to stand on business with me.
Bro, I never heard this.
I'm telling you, big useless. We can't say big U. Let's say our uterus. He is
It's twins.
twin.
Uterus?
Big uterus. Twins.
Yeah. So basically,
Uterus is a woman's reproductive organs.
I know. So that means twins.
a statement about to come out probably like 2 days.
Statement from who?
Eric.
How do you know that in advance? So you're saying by the time this is out?
Hold on, wait.
Listen.
So you're saying we should race this one out?
Wait.
No, I'm just
Hold
saying.
on, Adam. I swear to God, I haven't had this conversation with him. What do you mean?
Sure you want to swear on God about that?
I'm
I feel like
telling
you could be lying.
No, I swear I've never had this conversation with him.
No, but
I'm
I'm
trying to
telling
understand
you-
what you're saying.
No, and
What is a statement? Okay, he filed an appeal, right? What would a statement from anybody else do for him?
No, it's gonna do a lot. A lot.
He ain't making sense.
No, because I can't say it because you know.
Twister?
You're saying Eric Holder is going to put out a statement. Basically, I'm trying to think of the only things that you could possibly say about Big U that would change this case at all. Is like saying that Big U.
Oh, I got it.
We don't want to say it though. We don't want to say it though.
I'm gonna talk to you in code.
He funded it.
No, yo. So you saying Eric?
He's saying he's ready.
Eric is going to.
He said
sit
everybody.
down with the DA.
He said everybody turned his back. Their back on him, and
he's gonna sit down with the DA and give them some information in exchange for leniency on his case.
I'm not gonna.
No, I'm speaking. You're saying Eric Holder is gonna sit down with the DA.
He's talking about it
and give them some information. In exchange for leniency on his case. Okay, I get what you're saying. Now I don't know if I don't know. You understand what he's saying, right?
Yeah.
Without saying it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could kind of imagine what you're going
Yeah,
with.
that's what it.
But why
He said get out of jail free card.
Why are you telling us that this is going to happen before it happens?
Because he told me. He told me put it out there. He about to make the statement. He's gonna put it out there. See, the thing is, I know as soon as we put it out there, then it be cease and desist coming, paperwork.
But
coming.
not if it come from him.
Oh yeah, no, it's coming straight from him. His
Mhm.
lawyer.
Chatty Patty is a good one. Adam made his whole podcast about gang bullshit. Yeah, for sure. All right, this is the last one, and we go into the next video, bro. Let me see, where's it at?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Nasho, and welcome to Coolin TV. Now, y'all, this woman that y'all about to listen to here in a minute, apparently she from Rolling 60s. She's a LA native, so she grew up in LA. She got all gang friends and all that. You know, she in the streets, and she got her ear to the streets. She know what's going on. Pretty much what I'm trying to say. So after this whole Black Sam interview came out, you know, a lot of people started talking. A lot of people from LA, a lot of people from all over the world started getting into this Nipsey case, all right? So this woman speaks on several topics that's dealing with, you know, what everybody been talking about with the Big U thing, Eric Holder. So I'm letting y'all know right now, the title is not clickbait. So at the start of the video, she gonna get into straight up why nobody had no guns that was with Nipsey Hussle. All right, when he pulled up to the marathon, why the hell not one person had a gun? And then she goes on to prove that point, talking about nobody even shot back. So we all know Eric Holder, when he shot Nipsey Hussle, he came back 3 times, 3 different occasions. So the shooting lasted, you know, over 30 seconds. That nigga was there for a little bit. So she goes on to talk about how nobody shot back at all, and that shit kind of blew my mind. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, he was there for a long time and nobody shot back. Crazy. But y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for this whole video, all right? Because she goes on to talk about how Eric Holder whole family got wiped out right after he committed that Nipsey murder, man.
They saying Big U said shitty. Oh, off that Black Sam interview. Now, y'all, I don't know, bro. I don't know if Big U said shitty, but when that shit with Nipsey first popped off, when it first happened, everybody in LA thought Big U said shitty. We all thought that. We all did. We thought it was Big U, and then we thought people was like, no, it wasn't Big U, da da. And then it was like, oh yeah, it was the government. Like, come on now, that's what the world was saying, the government on some weird shit. But all of LA, yeah, we all thought Big U did it. We already been felt like it, cause like Black Sam said, I didn't even watch that interview. I honestly didn't. I saw a couple of clips or whatever, but living in LA, I remember when Big U and Nip got into it because Nip didn't want to be under his label no more, because Big U was trying to Big U had bought the Crenshaw label, the Crenshaw brand and shit like that, and yeah, like basically trying to extort Nip and had him in a fucked up ass deal. So when Nip finally got out of that deal, you know what I'm saying, he went about his way or whatever, and Big U didn't like that. And so they had animosity or whatever. This is just me living in LA, I know this. And then I remember when Nip started working with YG, and he had brought YG to the 60s. And when he brought YG to the 60s, I remember Big U was trying to pop shit about it, like how you bringing this whoop-de-whoop nigga to the hood, this and that. And Nip peeled out his shirt, and he was like, nigga, I'll get down for cuz whoop whoop. And Nip had to run phase to have YG in the 6-0s, but he did that. But Big U was trying to give him a hard time because Big U was mad that he wasn't trying to give him no money. You know, he didn't want to be under that deal no more. So that's what that was. So I remember that. So then when Nip died, Because I remember Nip didn't want nothing to do with Big U. So when he got killed or whatever, all of LA was like, Big U did that shit. Big U did that shit. Because who would have known? Like who would have known? Like people, you had to be a part of the 6 O's. You had to be in his circle to know. Everybody knew like Nip. If you saw that Maybach on Slauson, that Nip was there. Everybody knew that. We always knew that. Frontlining that, dying over that is crazy. Yeah. But yeah, so everybody knew that when his Maybach is on Crenshaw, that Nip is there or whatever. But like Black Son said, I seen that clip when he was like, usually niggas be having burners and stuff. That's what when you live in LA, we all know that it's like it's always burners and it's like in a spot. That was a spot. So it's always burners up in there, some protection, and it's hello, it's Nipsey, bro. So you'd be stupid. All LA kept saying, like, bro, why nobody had no burners? Why nobody was shooting back? Why nobody was doing nothing? Like nobody shot back, nobody did nothing. And that is crazy to have no burners, right? So when we looked at that, all of LA was just like, nah, that was an inside job. Cause there's no way in hell you got Nip in the parking lot on Slauson and Crenshaw, and there's no burners, like at all. So it was like, so Big U did Big U pay all the niggas in the spot not to have the burners? I mean, to be lacking. And it was like, and like did also on top of sending shitty, because like how he came the 2 times, came the first time, he scoped out the scenery. We saw all of that, right? That was very evident. And then and then he come back in a red shirt to shoot old boy, to shoot Nipsey. But it's like usually niggas in LA, like in a spot like that, niggas be on point looking at everything. So after the first time he came, niggas should have recognized him, and then seeing him coming back, they should have been like, "Oh, this is the second time." That's like when a car going around your block. You're like, this car just went around
Yeah,
the
on the
block like
set though.
twice.
Yep.
Then when it come again, that's the same car. Niggas be on that
That's
type of
yeah,
stuff.
when they double
So it's
back.
like I
You
feel
want
like
it.
that's why Black Sam don't fuck with none of them, because he feel like them niggas either fucked up or they was in on it. So I get it. I get it. I totally get it. But is somebody gonna do something about it? Probably not. Because they've been talking about that for a long time inside of LA. Y'all just getting a whiff of how Black Sam feel, but he been know who felt like that. That's why he don't fuck with the 6 O's. Ain't been fucking with the 6 O's. That's why he don't sign off on nothing. Nobody trying to use his brother's shit. None of that. You can say that was just a bad motherfucker day. It was a bad motherfucker day. But I don't think it was just a bad motherfucker day. I do think it was something or something. Cowboy looks suspect in the motherfucker. All them niggas look suspect. That's why Black Sam don't fuck with none of them. They all
Yeah,
look
you're
suspect.
right. You
Bro,
don't.
I'm telling you, like my baby daddy got killed too. Same kind of way. Like my baby daddy wasn't like no famous ass nigga or nothing like that. But it was like a bunch of niggas like in cahoots with his death. Feel me? See, yeah, it was one nigga pulled the trigger, but it was actually 2. But um at the same time, it was like 15, 10 niggas involved. You had niggas sitting outside scoping the scenery. You had niggas watching, for days, like days on end. So then when the niggas who finally, hopped out and did Johns was these certain 2 niggas, but all y'all niggas was involved though. So that's the same thing with like Nip, bro. Them I felt like shit. It wasn't just shitty. Shitty was just a shooter, bro. It was more than that. Like it was more niggas involved. He was just a shooter. No burners is crazy. That's a fact. No burners on
Yeah,
Slauson.
no.
Fucking Crenshaw is crazy. If Big U was in on
Allegedly, bro.
this, that ain't no way shitty would have give him up. I think that if Big U was in on it for sure, I think shitty. I don't know. Cause bro, you remember after that happened, they went and shot up this nigga family house. They wiped out his whole family, baby, mama, granny. Them niggas is dead. Like they went and did Johns that same day. That nigga people's is dead behind that. And it's like most niggas would have been like, I ain't got shit to live for. Shit, y'all killed my people. Big and if Big U, that's I gotta play devil's advocate. Because if Big U was actually in on it, I would be like, nigga, you paid me or you did whatever, and I did, and I held up my end of the bargain. But now my whole family got killed behind this shit. You couldn't even keep my people safe. You know what I'm saying? Which is stupid because why would you go kill somebody like Nipsey and then leave your mama and them on the block in the 60s? How would you supposed to get them up out of there before you even went to scope the scenery?
Airport.
So, you know, like for me, I probably would have been mad and hurt and feeling vindictive. I probably would have been like, you know what? That nigga put me up to it. Fuck that. I'm just telling you, I'm keeping it real. I don't got shit else to live for. They wiped up my whole family.
Yeah, that part done real shit though. I mean, I don't know if I tell, but I hear it though.
He said I was in the jungles when it happened. Get up,
I
everybody
hear it though.
fast. There ain't no
I
way
mean,
that
shit, like that's the thing though. Like everybody can say all this. Oh, I woulda, yeah, woulda. You don't know until you're in that situation though.
Devil's advocate is they trying to say Big U put him up to it. If Big U actually put him up to it, nigga, after he killed Nipsey, his whole family got killed, wiped out within hours. They were dead. We know this. And so, because they still lived in the 60s. So therefore, if it was me, nigga, ain't no way Big U could have kept me quiet after that. Because I did you a favor or I did whatever the fuck, nigga, and you couldn't even keep my family safe. So she ain't got nothing to live for at that point. PC up, nigga. Tell on a nigga.
So y'all, she started the whole thing by talking about the Big U problem. All right, Nipsey wanted out of his deal. No matter how much, Big U apparently say Nipsey and him was good, bro, we all know, and everybody that's in the streets of LA, they know that Big U and Nipsey was not good when Nipsey passed, all right? I don't care how many times Big U say it. Nip wanted out of the deal. Big U had a problem with that. That wasn't the only problem Big U had. It was the DJ Khaled thing. It was another issue where Nipsey tried to bring YG to the hood. Big U had a problem with that too. So it was multiple, occasions and events that happened where him and Big U had a real problem, all right? Where Big U didn't want things to happen and Nip wanted something else. But man, when she started talking about Eric Holder's family, that's when I was like, damn, dog. So this shit must be real deep if his whole family got wiped out, all right? So if that's really the case, somebody had to want Eric to shut up. And in my eyes, bro, that whole red t-shirt thing, man, looking at this nigga Eric Holder, I don't think this dude was the sharpest tool in the damn toolbox. All right, I don't think he would be smart enough to come up with that whole plan of getting the red shirt, coming back around, making it seem different, try to throw people off and going to the mental health hospital. To me, I don't think that nigga was that smart to come up with this whole plan. In the way that he came back 3 times to shoot Nip, it's like he had to get something done or something was just personal. But I don't know, man. It all looks weird to me. It looks weird to everybody else. It ain't even no beating around the bush, all right? This shit look weird in black and white of how Nipsey died. And, people just caught on, and Black Sam just opened everybody's eyes back up when he had that interview. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this woman from LA, giving her input on the whole Big U and Nipsey thing and her.
All right. That's gonna be it, y'all. We're gonna go into the next video because I really don't think we can do this real quick, actually. Real quick.
And stuff, and then
You know what they were talking about?
he was saying a lot of cuz.
Who was?
Eric.
Okay. But can you hear what they were saying?
I didn't really kind of understand it, like what he was talking about, but I know like to tell from the tension from Nipsey, like he didn't really want to talk to him, like trying to like get to me, like to take the picture or whatever, like trying to wait till he stopped talking.
Do you know why he wouldn't want to talk to him?
Because I guess the way he was just like, cuz, have you ever snitched on somebody? Cuz this, cuz that.
That's what Nipsey was saying?
That's what Eric was saying. Nipsey wasn't like saying nothing. He was just like, nah, nah, like that.
And supposedly he asked him, "Are you an informant? Are you an informant?" And Nip was like, "What?"
To me, it sounded like kind of like he was trying to be a little messy. Like I wasn't kind of like getting into it, but because I'm not the messy type. I'm just like kind of like listening, but I'm just like, okay, like what is he talking about? Like to myself though. And then, but I can tell like by looking at Nipsey or whatever, because I'm waiting to take the picture. Like he looking like he need to go on somewhere. That's how I got the impression. I didn't hear no arguing, and even when I took the picture and everything, I didn't hear no arguing. It was just like casual, just talking, like regular guy talk. I guess yeah, he was kind of like a little aggressive, but like some guys, that's just how they talk, So
Who was aggressive?
To me, aggressive mean when you using slang words like cuz.
Well,
like
who? Which one?
Eric.
That was it.
All right. That's gonna be it, y'all. And we out of here till the next one. Right now, we better gonna do the next one. We out of here to the next one. We out of here. We out of here. We out of here. We go. Peace.